Most preppers believe food storage is enough, but here's the uncomfortable truth. Many people who stockpile food will struggle to survive the first 90 days, not because of a lack of food, but because of the type of food they're storing. Peace, I'm the Modest Prepper, and let's get started. Now, prepping culture often focuses on quantity over quality because people are thinking, hey, I gotta stock up. And if you see this winter storm that we had that just passed, the stores were empty. So people were thinking, I'm just going to get what I can. And there's rumors of World War III, so let me make sure I have food, which is a great idea in hindsight, right? But a lot of people focus on calories over nourishment, convenience over health. And the shelves, they're filled with instant meals, sugary snacks, highly processed carbs, and sodium-heavy foods because they're cheap, they're long-lasting, and they're familiar. But survival isn't just about eating something. It's about sustaining the body under stress. And this is why it matters. Because many adults, especially in the U.S., they already live with health challenges. I'm sure everyone knows someone that has high blood pressure, blood sugar issues, insulin resistance, and this is just now. And a lot of people are on life-saving medication where if they don't have it, they can die within 30 days of just not having the medication. So in a long-term emergency, medical access, it may be limited or it may be unavailable. And that means the food that you eat becomes your first and most important tool. Because a diet built on ultra-processed foods, it can lead to inflammation, dehydration, fatigue, and instability. And that's exactly what you don't want during a crisis. Now, I would encourage everyone to read this book called 1 Second After. It's by William Forstchen. It's a New York Times bestseller. It's a great book to read. It's a fiction, but it's a really good book. And interestingly enough, the foreword was written by Newt Gingrich, which actually drew attention to the book. And this will give you a visual of how things would look too. So I would encourage us to read this book. But back to stocking up healthy. Stockpiling food, it can be an asset, but it can also be a liability. Because highly processed prepper foods, they often share the same problems. A lot of preppers get food. If you look at so many people that have these prepper pantries, it's good, right? They have food, they have things stocked up, they're ready. They say, my family is going to survive. But if you look at a lot of people's pantry shelves, you see they have shelves full of food that has excess sodium, added sugars, low fiber, artificial ingredients, and minimal micronutrients. So in short-term use, they may keep you full, but over the weeks and the months, they can weaken your body instead of supporting it. And this is why food choice, not just food storage, it matters. So prepping should be to support life, not just to survive. And true preparedness means asking a different question. Does this food help me live or just keep me alive temporarily? And foods that support hydration, digestion, stable energy, and metabolic balance are often more valuable than just empty calories. So the concept of how to eat to live, that's the thing I want to focus on. How to eat to live is so important when you're talking about prepping, stocking up, and what you have to have in case of emergency. And this is the reason that I started this channel, because I see a lot of prepping videos and they're full of good information. But the most important tool is learning how to eat to live. The concept of how to eat to live isn't about trends or perfection, but it's about choosing foods that nourish the body, reduce the strain on the body, and support long-term resilience. And it's in prepping, it means prioritizing whole grains, beans and lentils, low ingredient foods, natural fats, and foods that your body already tolerates well, which a lot of these are simple foods that a lot of us, to be honest, we're not really used to. We love variety, and I know I'm a victim of it too. Sometimes I get tired of the same thing. so I want to make something different. But we have to learn how to eat simple again if we want to survive. And this mindset, it turns your pantry into a support system, not a risk. So a quiet shift that most preppers need to make is to understand that preparedness isn't about fear. It's just wisdom. Stocking food that supports your life, support our families, especially for people managing health conditions, which it's a lot of people in the U.S. And just to bring some realness to the conversation, there are about 38.4 million people that have diabetes, and this was in 2021 according to the CDC. And then you have another 12% of the population that's on high blood pressure medicine. So food is important. And you have a lot of people that are in the U.S. and across the world maybe, but especially in the U.S. that are overweight. So we have health problems. So we just can't just say, I'm just going to get whatever. I'm going to get these canned foods with all these calories. Because if you don't have a doctor nearby where if something happens, you need to get to a doctor to prescribe you something, or you need to get to a doctor because you're sick, or you need to get to a doctor because you done caught the flu or you caught something that you need a prescription for and there's no doctor available, or the medicine is not readily available like it used to be. And you've seen reports, I know I've seen it, where they said that we were low on antibiotics at a certain period of time. So we have to think about that. So the moral of the story is we don't need more food. We need better food. That should be the focus, because the goal isn't to survive the first 90 days. The goal is to remain strong, clear-minded, and functional through those days. So I would encourage everyone to get a book called How to Eat to Live. I will put that on the screen. This is a book that we need to read to be able to sustain our lives, because we don't want to just live to eat, because a lot of us was doing that during COVID and a lot of us gained weight. I'm speaking to myself first. So we have to turn that around and we have to learn how to eat to live. So we want to be able to survive what's coming, no matter if they're talking about World War III, no matter if they're talking about famine, no matter if they're talking about tariffs and things that may inhibit our food supply. If we're eating the right things, if we're eating simple, then we can survive. So I hope you all enjoyed this little fireside chat today. Stay tuned for more videos. And until next time, be sure to like, subscribe, and share, because this information will surely be valuable to us all. So this is the Modest Prepper reminding you to take care, stay grateful, and prep with intention.